What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life, and on today's video, the customer is always right. You, the subscriber, you guys want to know if I could move back to Florida and I could live anywhere I wanted, where would I personally want to live? So we're not going to talk about crime rates or incomes or none of that crap. We're going to talk about my own personal taste, what I like, where I would personally want to be if I was going back to Florida. I think Florida is a great place to vacation or to have a second home. And if I ever had the opportunity to buy a second home, it would definitely probably be in Florida. But my main residence, I think, is going to be a little bit north of that. There's a lot of things I enjoy about being a little bit further north, like the climate and friendlier people, and not as many tourists and snowbirds, which I just can't stand anymore. So if you know me very well, you could probably guess some of these, but some of these might actually be a surprise to you. So we're going to talk about 10 places that I would personally look at right away if I was buying my dream second home, snowbird home, or whatever the crap you want to call it, in the Sunshine State, Florida. You guys ready for it? Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm looking through my analytics on this channel, and about 15% of you guys are actually subscribed. That is not acceptable. Too many people are watching me who are not subscribing. Subscribe, dang it. Alright, that's the introduction. Let's get to it. Giving you guys a moment here. You should be typing right now. What do you guys think is going to be on this list? Where in Florida would Jose want to be? You guys typing? Alright. Let's do it. How well do you know me? Okay, number 10 is Bonita Springs, Florida. Many years back, it would probably be number 1. Right now, Bonita Springs is going to be number 10. It's got close proximity to Fort Myers Beach, which is what we're looking at here at the introduction of this video. Bonita Springs is a quiet and chill oasis in the middle of Southwest Florida. However, as time progresses, it becomes more urbanized. And the prices in Bonita Springs are so ridiculous right now that I would never buy a home realistically in Bonita Springs. I would have to be so loaded that it wouldn't even matter before I bought a house in Bonita Springs, because right now the prices just make absolutely no sense. The traffic in Bonita Springs has also been horrible over the last few years, so the combination of traffic and affordability has kind of removed Bonita Springs from the top position, kind of to still being on the list, but kind of towards in the list. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a house in Bonita Springs. I spent a lot of time there. I know a lot of great people in Bonita Springs. And you know, it's the people that make the place. Panama City Beach. Now that I live in Alabama, this is my definition of Florida now. And I'm going to tell you, I really like Panama City Beach more than I ever thought I would. Being from Southwest Florida, you tend to think that Southwest Florida is the greatest place in the world and that the Panhandle is garbage. However, now that I'm here in Alabama and I go to the Panhandle, I'm like, yo, the Panhandle is actually a pretty neat place. So somebody from the 239 saying they like the A50 more, yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. But now that I see it, I actually like it more because this is what they call the Redneck Riviera. It's more down-to-earth people on vacation, and that's kind of what I like to do on the beach. So when I go to Naples and I see all these, fancy people, that's not me. I don't want to be around them, but when I come to, Panama City Beach, and it's just like regular people on vacation, I can identify more with those types of people, so I like the vibes a whole lot more in the Redneck Riviera, Panama City Beach, or as some people refer to it, Southern Alabama. Moving on to Dunellen. This one, I'm pretty sure you guys knew was going to be on the list. We were looking at a property close to Dunellen in Citrus Springs. I really wanted that to come through, but the sale of my property in Naples took way too long, and I wasn't able to buy the house. By the time I was able to sell the house in Naples, this area had gone up in price drastically. I knew this area was about to blow off. That's why I wanted to get into it, but I just couldn't make the moves in time. And I got whoa, that guy jumped off the post. I got priced out of this area. But anyways, I love Dunellen. It's a small town southwest of Ocala. The Rainbow River goes through there. By the way, one of the most kind of underrated things in Florida is the Rainbow River. It's absolutely amazing, and the people are country, kind of what I was looking for. I could totally see myself buying a house on the Rainbow River. The area doesn't have bad traffic, and if you start driving north on US 41, you enter like the more country part of Florida. You know what I mean? It's Florida, but it's really rural. It's a slower pace of life. I like the area a lot, and I think if I had moved there, I would have really enjoyed it. And it's definitely on my list. It's kind of lower on the list than what most of you guys probably would have thought, but the place is changing a lot, and more people from other places are starting to find out about it. So it's only number 8 on my list. Moving on to number 7. Way up on the east coast of Florida is St. Johns County, the St. Augustine area. I would love to be able to live here one day. This area is absolutely gorgeous. You have beaches, you don't have too much traffic. The city of St. Augustine is historic, it's beautiful, it's just an incredible place full of amazing people. Very friendly vibes from what I could tell being there. St. Johns County has been rivaling Collier County for the best place in Florida, and I think with how much the Naples area has grown, I think St. Augustine really is the best place in general. St. Johns County to be in Florida. It's got the beaches, it's got everything you would expect from Florida, but it doesn't have that hectic traffic and that clutter of South Florida. Even to this day, I think St. Augustine is very underrated. The beach here, the sand is kind of yellow, and the water is not always a real deep blue. You got to get a little bit further south for that. So that takes a few points away from this area, but nonetheless, it's a great area with great, beautiful beach vibes. And not too far from Jacksonville, which is one of my favorite cities in Florida. And let's go to a quick word from one of our sponsors, Catherine the Great.
Do you hate your grandchildren? Do you think they're gonna spend your hard-worked IRA on crack? Leave your inheritance to Jose and Katie. Don't let your legacy go up in smoke. Leave it to a stranger and let them all die of a stroke. If your family is waiting on you to die so they can be fly, don't give them a slice, give Jose the whole pie.
Wow, I asked Katie to put in play a good marketing strategy for us, for our finances, and I had no idea she had something like this in store. Kind of blew me out of the park there with that one. Number 6 is Juno Beach, located between Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter. This area of Donald Ross Road is really awesome. It's kind of like Naples as far as being clean and elegant, but it's not with the trashy crap that's moved into Naples lately. It's still got that like really like elegant vibe to it. The area is nice, the beaches are incredible. And even though it's part of the Southeast Florida area, it feels really laid back and chill. I could definitely see myself buying like a house in a gated community here and being able to enjoy Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter. It's a really nice area. It's not as trashy as so many places in Southeast Florida. It doesn't have the traffic. It really is like a little oasis of kind of suburban, kind of wealthy ambiance. It's not bad at all. A lot of famous celebrities actually live here, so that should give you an idea to the type of place you got. It's a really nice area to be in. If it was in my budget, definitely, hands down, I'd love to be there. Plenty of shopping, plenty of good restaurants, plenty of nice gated communities, palm trees. Everything that you want from Florida is here. Some of the best beaches in Florida with the clearest, most beautiful water as well. The area really is a top place in Florida to be. Nonetheless, it's not affordable, so it's definitely an exclusive place for people with a big wallet. Probably not likely to happen to us unless my bulldog assistant here, Katie, and her marketing strategy works, which is kind of bold. But hey, kind of think about it and it makes a lot of sense, you know, people. Somebody's waiting for you to die just to take all your money. Screw you. Let's just give it to these random trolling YouTubers. yeah, it's definitely gonna probably lead to more lawsuits than anything. Brilliant concept, Katie. We should just make this like the theme of our channel now. Yeah, she even has a rhyme for the whole thing. Anyways, the Juno Beach, Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, great area. Definitely would consider it, especially if one of you guys hates your grandchildren. Number 5, Hialeah. I am not kidding you. I know I'm going to have to explain this one. Look, Hialeah does have nice places. It does have low crime on paper. It has some of the lowest crime rates of any city in the country. And what people don't get, yes, I know it looks ghetto. It's the most ghetto looking place you could ever go to. But on paper, it has some of the lowest crime rates possible. The real estate is I know, it is ghetto. I'm not gonna lie. It's ghetto, but it's also safe. And it's Hialeah, and I'm Cuban. And I'm not gonna lie, every Cuban has just fantasized at some point, like, yo, man, me want more para Hialeah City. No lie, this is not a joke. I really would move to Hialeah. Not one of like these little condos, but like, you know, there's residential neighborhoods in Hialeah. First of all, the food is incredible. And for a fat person like me, forget even if they had high crime. And like, see this house right here? I'm pretty sure that's is that a single person's house? It might be. Like, they're building like gigantic house. Some of these are like, I don't know what that thing is. It's a business. But yeah, people are building gigantic houses. Like, it's like a Cuban dream one. Like, you know, somebody will knock down like 50 apartments and build like a giant McMansion in the middle of Hialeah. It's like a totally like common thing. Like, people actually want to live there. You have every bit. I'm a Cuban, and it's Hialeah. Like, how could I not want to be there? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. Why should I even have to explain this? You have some of the best food in the entire country. You have like Ray's Pizza, which is open 24 hours. What sucks about Hialeah is how expensive it is and how little jobs pay. But I guess if you're some dreamland millennial, that wouldn't really matter. I would hate the traffic, and I would hate how rude some of the people are, but the cultural aspect of it would kind of make up for all that. And there's a lot of stuff going on here culturally that's right up my alley. Like, people make entire pig roast. I'd be down for that. The Cuban food, Hialeah Racing Pigeon Club. There's a lot of stuff that I'm into that's based out of Hialeah. So yeah, it would be like a really nice place for me, for all the things that I'm personally into culturally. And I'd be able to scream, quítate del medio hacer, and people would actually understand it. Quítate del medio hacer! Why is that sign in English? Like, who's going to understand braque? ¿Qué es lo que es un braque? Man, break, aceite y freno, chico. I'm just so sick of this hate that's being pushed on your throat by the media and by people that I've actually considered just moving to the place where we'd kind of fit in normally. Number 4 is Buckingham. Southwest Florida is where I'm from, and I think Buckingham would kind of, it's nice. It's between Lehigh and Fort Myers and Cape Coral, right by the interstate. It's really country, and it's got kind of a little bit of everything. I like Buckingham, and I just spent some time down there recently, and I would actually consider buying a house in Buckingham. It's not a big place, but it's kind of like in the geographical center of the Fort Myers metropolitan area, but it's also kind of country and rural, and I like the place. It's got a really small town feel. There's enough Confederate flags here and rednecks to where I can kind of feel like I'm out in the country, even though I'm not. It's kind of like, you know, people like moving to Lehigh. It's kind of like Lehigh, but without the crime and all the other crap that makes Lehigh Lehigh. It's actually pretty nice. It's kind of like if Lehigh wasn't Lehigh. Like, if you just got rid of all the people in Lehigh and just left like the houses and then brought in people that weren't going to kill you for your air conditioning unit. Kind of like that. So Buckingham, really nice place. And it's located within a good area. Not a bad spot at all. I actually liked it. I just spent some time down there in Buckingham. The houses are nice. The people are friendly. It's got a real family feel. One of the things that I really have got to not like about Southwest Florida, where I'm from, is that it lacks kind of like that American like feel, like families and people outside playing with their grandkids and stuff like that. And Buckingham definitely has that. And that's one thing that I feel like you're kind of missing in Southwest Florida. It's just that like family fiber of life, you know? Buckingham, even though they're newer houses and all that, it really has that feel. and I like the place. What else can I say about it? I mean, it's one of those places that like would probably surprise you that it's on this list. But I would buy a house there. It's not like an incredible place. There's nothing special about it, but it's kind of right in the middle of everything that I would do in Southwest Florida. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this isn't like some list of like top 10 for everybody else. This is my own personal top 10 list, and for some reason that not even I understand, I like the place. I spent some time there recently. I like it, and I'd buy a house here. Number 3, the Golden Gate Estates. Very similar to Buckingham in that it's in Southwest Florida and it's rural. I like the Golden Gate Estates a lot. The Florida Panthers, the Black Bears, the Bobcats, the deer, all that stuff, you're going to see it in your backyard. Occasionally, you'll get turkey as well. I love the Golden Gate Estates. One of the bad things about it is the brush fire hazard is pretty high around here. I love the fact that you can get into the Picayune and the Fakahatchee, which are two natural areas that I am absolutely in love with. I like the place. Never been able to afford it while living down in Naples, but eventually I might be able to afford it, and it's definitely towards the top of my list of places that I would love to live in. It's got its pros and cons like any place. On the negative side of the Golden Gate Estates, you have mosquitoes, brush fires, and probably heat and humidity that is unbearable. But no place is perfect. No doubt I would consider Golden Gate Estates for me. It's just a place I really like, and it was not all that great many years back, but it's getting better. The people are building bigger and bigger houses all the time, and there's actually Publix out there and restaurants. The area is really growing. The schools are supposed to be really good from what I hear. I got a lot of haters in the Golden Gate Estates. I mean, these people here, a lot of them, they really got some issues. They don't like anything that I do with my YouTube channels. They kind of think they're going to keep this place all to themselves and nobody's going to find out about it. Like, the whole area is plotted for development. What did you think was going to happen in the Golden Gate Estates? The whole thing is plotted for development. Originally, the South Block, south of Interstate 75, was also plotted for development, but the state came in and said, whoa, this is too much. So there's also a private conservation effort to buy these lots, and they were able to ensure that the southern part of that area, which was called the South Blocks, which is the Golden Gate Estates South, it goes from about 54th Avenue down to like 132nd or 128. All that was left for preserve land. So anything north of like 52nd or 48th Avenue is for development, and yeah, it's going to get developed. People are going to buy these lots. Number 2 is Marco Island, also in Collier County. This is the same county that I used to live in Florida. Marco Island, I worked here a lot, but I did recognize that if I had a crap load of money, this is the type of place where I'd want to spend it. Used to be mostly old guys that liked fishing and had a crap load of money, and they would buy a house here so their grandkids could come and hang out with them. I mean, it's really an awesome place. Now there's a lot of millennials which somehow are able to afford these $700,000 houses. Don't ask me how, but it's actually becoming a very hip place. In the last few years, vacation rentals and tourism have kind of changed the landscape of the place, probably for the worst. I could really enjoy living here. I mean, you have canals. I love fishing, the snapper fishing and all that, incredible. But number 1 is Coral Gables. Coral Gables is outside of Miami. It's a beautiful area. It's kind of like a fancy version of Miami. There's a lot of really old Spanish-style homes. I don't know what the correct name is for them. I think they're called Spanish-style or Southwest-style homes, whatever. Like from the 1920s and 30s. But then they have these tropical gardens. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm a sucker for historic homes. And the ones here in Coral Gables are absolutely beautiful. It is one of the most stunning places in Dade County. I love the place. Incomes are really high. It's kind of like a wealthy Latino area. It's about 40% Latino, I believe. It's a really wealthy Latino area, and I would love to have a house here. I mean, this place is overpriced on top of overpriced. You can get one of these houses into the millions of dollars. Not sure how people can afford that being in Miami, but somehow they're able to do it. And the houses are gorgeous, the neighborhoods are gorgeous. And the restaurants are awesome. The vibes are great. The area is safe even at night. There's lots of restaurants and things to do, incredible shopping opportunity. It's really the part of Miami where you want to be in, with one of the biggest drawbacks really being the price tag. Well, there it is. Those are the places in Florida where I would personally live if I could just move anywhere in Florida. Coral Gables wins, Marco Island very closely behind, and the Golden Gate Estates is also towards the top. Do any of these places resonate with you? And did you know if any of these places were going to be on my personal dream list? Comment with your thoughts and opinions and let me know where you would personally want to live if you could just end up anywhere in Florida. Came here, nobody wants to pay me. That's Naples for you. This is why I'm leaving Naples. This is why I'm leaving Naples. He wants me to put it neatly inside his garage. I'm not paid. Nobody's paid me. This is why I'm leaving Naples. You call me here and you don't want to pay me. Goodbye. I'm gonna put a lien in your house. Goodbye. I'm putting a lien in your house. Good. Goodbye. Who's paying me for this? You wasted 2 hours of my time. Goodbye. Who's paying me? You want me to put it inside your garage and you're not paying me?
I'm going to call the cops.
Call the cops. I'm going to put a lien in your house. Slavery hasn't existed since the 1800s. Slavery's over. How are you going to call me here and not pay me? My whole afternoon wasted. What is wrong with these people? Hello, sir. This is my business card. They don't want to pay me, so they want me to haul the garbage away for free. So he said he's going to call the cops. That's my card if there's any problem. This is nothing new. This is on a regular basis. You don't put crap back inside your house. I'm throwing it on your driveway. You're not paying me. Unbelievable. Guys, I don't know how much longer I can stand being in this town with these people.